All right, everyone. Welcome to a new Minecraft snapshot for 1.16. I'll probably end up breaking this into 2 videos so I can highlight the bigger new features one at a time. Let's start off with quite a change, though. It's massive. We have to say goodbye to a long-time mob in Minecraft. I didn't realize this was the plan going into the piglins. The zombie pigmen are gone. They're no more. They've been replaced by the zombified piglin. So you got a piglin here. Obviously, we ran into those in the last snapshot, but now the zombified piglin, the model's been implemented into the game. I thought it was a different variety of zombie pigman, but no, look at this. You search pig here, and you get pig spawn egg, piglin spawn egg, and zombified piglin. Crab rave emojis. Zombie pigman's gone. Oh my god, I had no idea that was happening. So they spawn naturally around the nether, just as, you know, zombie pigmen would. I put that one in there with a spawn egg, but this one spawned naturally. They simply replace zombie pigmen. You'll run into them in all the same places that you would run into zombie pigmen. And the only difference with them, they still mob attack as a group. When you punch one, the others within aggro range will swarm you. They have the chance now of dropping a gold ingot, which wasn't a possibility before with the zombie pigmen. So you can get that with, I believe it's a 2.5% chance base, but as you add looting onto the sword, you can bring it up to a 5.5, so about a 1 in 20 chance of getting a full gold ingot drop from a zombified piglin. We'll just hit another one right here real quick. Probably not get it, but as you can see, dropping a gold nugget, sword, rotten flesh, the same loot table as the zombie pigmen, which I was very worried about when I first saw this. I was like, wait, are they not going to drop the same stuff as before? And I was just getting really unlucky the first couple times and I wasn't getting any drops. I was like, oh my god, is the loot table totally changed? What about farms? Are they going to work anymore? Is it all obsolete? Anyway, seems like all the mechanics are the same. It's just that it's a new model with the addition of the gold ingot in the loot table. We're now going to take a look at the loot table, though, for the bartering system for the piglins, because that has also been updated, and there's a new item to boot. I've gone ahead and turned off hostile mob sounds because this would be very loud and obnoxious otherwise, and we're just going to do a bunch of trades with them. I've got all this gold in my inventory. I'm just going to hand it off to these guys. I actually need to switch on over to survival mode for them to pass back some loot after I give it to them, but my inventory should slowly start to fill up with some stuff as they give me things back, and you might notice a new thing just popped into the 3rd slot in my inventory, and it's a new block. It actually has a history, though, which I wasn't aware. It's called Crying Obsidian, and it was actually introduced as early as 2011 into the game. Fun little backstory that I found on the Minecraft wiki page. It looks like Jeb actually thought about doing it all the way back in 2011, and the purpose of the block was going to be able to set your spawn point, something related to that. There was a texture developed and everything. I'll overlay some B-roll on the screen so you can see what it was going to be. And then, for whatever reason, it ended up being canned, and it just wasn't implemented into the game. Cut to 9 years later, and now, officially, in a snapshot, we have Crying Obsidian. It emits light. It takes the exact same amount of time to mine as regular obsidian, so I'll put obsidian next to it. And this is an efficiency 5 netherite pickaxe, so it just takes as, short a time as possible so you're not waiting around. But same amount of time for each of them to mine. But, I don't know, it's just kind of a cool texture. And it also emits a new particle effect, the Crying Obsidian particle effect. As you can see, it's kind of sweating, which is very interesting. Also, from some of the trades you can see, we got an ender pearls, nether bricks, magma cream, gravel, glowstone dust, or fungus, fire charges, and then the obsidian and the Crying Obsidian, as well as shroom lights. You can actually, if you want, I'll go ahead and overlay the loot table. It goes all the way to the most unlikely, which is a 0.44% chance, I believe, of you getting a netherite hoe from one of the bartering trades here, which would be kind of a cool thing to stumble across. I haven't had it happen yet, and I've gone through a couple stacks just when I was testing this earlier, but it is listed on the loot table, and I think it'd be pretty cool. You can't just get loose netherite. Unfortunately, they give it to you in, well, what before this snapshot would have been useless form, but as we'll see in just a minute, Hoes aren't quite as useless as they actually used to be. Now, you might be wondering, okay, so can the crying obsidian here be used in order to make another portal? Well, why don't we test that here? Can you back away? I'm trying to do science, all right? So this is, obviously, that has a corner there, which is no bueno, but for the sake of testing, it can't be used as a portal anyway, so you can't get mad at me for the corner. That said, I do believe that the intent of the crying obsidian being put in the game is it will allow you to set your spawn in the nether. The mechanic has not been rolled out yet, though. There might be a way that you can kind of trick it into working, which I saw in log.zip's video on the topic. I'm not sure how he managed that because I've tried like walking over it, right-clicking, and then unaliving myself. I still spawn back in the overworld, but there will be a way in future snapshots prior to the release of 1.16 for you to set your spawn in the nether. Seems like the whole goal with 1.16 is you'll just be able to live in the nether permanently if that's your interest. But these are some of the things that you can get from bartering if you just keep on exchanging the ingots back and forth. It seems that the guys have a very slight cooldown after you do exchange, but I don't think that's changed from the last snapshot. And they just hand stuff back to you, and you're good to go. So now I've kind of alluded to it because the netherite hoe is something that you can get from bartering with these guys, that it's actually no longer completely useless. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So over here, we've got in this chest a netherite hoe. Nice, cool. I need to go back into survival because obviously I'm going to insta-break anything when I'm in creative. And watch this. Here, first I'm going to punch this bare hand. Okay. So it still drops. And I get the crimson warped wart. Whereas it's the nether wart over here. The only thing that's not actually crimson. Now, if I do netherite hoe. The hoe, and not just the netherite hoe, it's just hoes in general, now actually have a block breaking use. What a legendary new update to Minecraft. Oh, and it's not only does it just work like this when you take the hoe and break these warp blocks, okay? No. We can go even further beyond, all right? So, you stick the netherite hoe in the enchantment table. All you're still going to pull is unbreaking, which is fine. But what you can do is in an anvil, you can apply efficiency 5 to your hoe. Again, doesn't have to be netherite. Netherite is just, highest caliber, no longer useless. And watch this go. Never before has a hoe hoed so fast before. You can clear forests in the blink of an eye. My song is now obsolete. Craft a netherite hoe. It's useful because you can just deforest the nether, which maybe isn't, the best given that we want to maintain a healthy nether ecosystem here. But efficiency 5 hoe. You didn't see this one coming. And if you say you did, you're lying. Look at this. Do you like netherwort and warped warts? Well, here you go. Have all the netherwort and warped warts you could ever want. That's a bit of a mouthful. And yes, it does work on netherwort, just to confirm. It's not only the warped. It does not discriminate between red and blue. It will deforest all of it. So, hey, leave me alone, all right? I'm demonstrating things, and you have reason to be upset. I'm destroying your ecosystem. Sorry about that. Finally, the last update to go over in this video, just a nice, pleasing aesthetic change. You might have noticed in previous snapshots that the transition between the nether biomes was pretty abrupt, and now they all lead into each other nicely. You might have recognized this particular area from the first snapshot video I did for the 1.16 snapshots, and I came back because I couldn't find any other spot where all the biomes intersected just like this, and it makes for a good place to be able to showcase the transitioning, as you can see, red to blue, to the darker purplish black blue, to red, and back. It looks good if you just keep going in loops over and over. So again, zombie pigmen are no more. Bartering with the pigmen, slightly revised loot tables, and you get the crying obsidian, which can't be used for a portal. The use will be revealed, or how it functions, in future snapshots. It emits some light, takes the same amount of time to break as obsidian. Hoes no longer useless if your goal is to deforest the nether and smooth biome transitions throughout the nether. So pretty cool stuff. Anyway, thanks for tuning into this one. Stay tuned for the next snapshot video, probably coming tomorrow. I'll go over the rest of the stuff, including a new block, which is pretty cool. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist if you want to catch more update-related things. Subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more in the future. And that'll be all for now. I'll see you next time.